No, just kidding. What is up, Boobie Goaters? Good morning. My name is Erin, and I'm Dark Butter Woman today. Very dark because it's spooky.
This is the first non-stick with no coating.
I forgot to do the thing where you don't hear the computer going. So I'm on my son's computer, so I can't really sign into my stuff.
At Wristband Bros, we make the wristbands, the
Dang
printing, the curing, all that fun stuff. But did you know?
There. Looks like I'm loading now. I'm gonna have to do that thing where you just mute
The
it.
curing,
Yeah.
all that
Boom. Did it. Yes. Turn the volume off of that computer. That is awesome. And the chat disappeared. Of course it did. Of course. I don't even know who was up here front because I did check on my phone because I could log in, you know, and I missed it. I saw the part where Bill Cook was like, "Damn, retired Rick, Sandy, and Granny Boo, I'm fourth." So I guess good morning, retired Rick, Sandy, and Granny Boo. I saw Thomas in there too. There's Thomas. He says hello. And I asked, do you have any spooky stories? Drink it if you got it too. It's me, Erin. Did I say that? I don't know. We're all over the place. I'm doing laundry. I turned off the dryer because it's kind of loud. And then the washing machine started to do that light turn. And I was like, oh no, it's not even. It's going to be loud. I can't pause it. I guess I could. But I didn't. All right. Okay. And then I said, do you have a spooky story? And Retired Rick says, good morning, Bill, Sandy, Granny Boo. And he said, I am the spooky story. That deserves a chuckle. That's hilarious. Good for you, Rick. And he says, I hope Sam's opens at 8. Gonna try and do a meat run this morning if I can get a good deal. Now, if you have a regular Sam's Club card, you can still get in because they don't really check it like they do at Costco, where you have to scan. But you can't check out until 10 o'clock if you have a regular, okay? I don't know if they open at 8. I thought they opened like an hour early. I'm not sure either. Good morning, Terry Sue. And Julie's here. Good morning. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go indeed. Ow. What did I do? This is... Okay. Chromebook update. So, I had my son take, what are those USB stick things and put it into his computer? Yeah, I don't even know. And flash drive? Is that what they're called? I'm not even sure. And what he did was download the Chrome OS that matched the same computer model number for my OS. And basically says just insert the stick and it should reboot, upload, and then wash everything from that computer, start new. I don't care. I didn't really put much on it. I just logged in to YouTube on it. So, or Google itself. And I put the stick in and the screen goes black and then it goes white, blank screen. And I'm like, well, maybe it didn't download right. Maybe you're going to have to delete, clear that drive and try again. So he did. And it just did the same thing. At this point, I'm like, I think they dropped it. So that's where we're at with my Chromebook not working. And I'm like, I'm sure there's something that I can find to fix it. But at this point, I'm kind of perplexed. I don't know what to do. I YouTubed it. There's a few things that you can do. This one guy was like, hold down control or tap control and D at the same time. And you can override and not even have to put in the fire stick or whatever the hell that thing is called. I can't even think about it right now. Whatever. And it should just go to a different screen. You hit the space bar, you wait a second, and then you hit enter. So I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And it gave me a different screen, but then it's stuck on that screen and doesn't go anymore. And I'm just like, okay. So at this point, the hard reset doesn't work. I can't turn it off, obviously, because the hard reset doesn't work. And I'm just going to have to wait until the battery dies, which, silly me, I should have done that yesterday when I mentioned it, because I just decided to charge it up all the way. And it's probably going to take a few days for it to drain. I have no idea how long they take to drain. So that's where we're at. Good spooky morning, Tanya. Hello, Lisa. Okay, I might be missing stuff. Let me go down a little bit. But I was able to get onto my son's computer so I can read some of the chat, even though you're going like that. I went over to Mitch's live for a little bit. George is here. Say good morning. It's afternoon for him, but thank you anyway. Good afternoon. Is it afternoon tea? I got a different tea because I forgot to pick this up, the dandelion root one, because I'm weird and I like it. I don't know. I don't even know if it's doing anything different. But I saw this in town, and I was just like, ooh, cinnamon stick. That sounds good. So I grabbed it. It might not be, but whatever. Sometimes during November and October, that's when I drink a little cinnamon-like tea, like a chai, almost. Tanya, are you dressing up for Halloween? That's a good question. Are you? It'll be a costume party Friday. You guys gonna show up in costume? You can. Thomas had a great guest yesterday. It was good. It was really long. Was it really long? It was like 2 hours. Losing my voice. Hello, Lainey. Good afternoon. I remembered. Okay, so I kind of started the washing machine a little wonky, and unfortunately, we had a casualty. That's right. Dun, dun, dun. The piggy lost his ear. But no. Wait, there's more. He almost died. So he's got to go bye-bye before somebody cuts themselves on him. I was just about to toss it, and I was like, I'll just keep him. We needed a little character thing. All right. Did I miss anybody else? If I did miss you, go ahead and just say hi again 1,000,000 times, and then I'll be like, hi. Who looks really spooky? Yeah, now he looks really spooky because he can kill you and slice you up into 1,000,000 pieces. My throat is a little, ugh. Maybe I'll make salty coffee. It's just the morning. We're having torrential downpours right now. Oh, it's raining. It's raining for sure. So this is day 1 of my 3-day fast. I'm going to go for 3 days because I only went for 2 last week. And I thought, well, we'll try 3. And does a fast start when you stop eating? Because then I can be like, I already did so many hours. I can go till like 8 o'clock Friday night, I think. If that's how time works, I will be going to 8 o'clock Friday night. Okay, just called Sam's regular members 9 a.m., so I'm here for a bit. Oh. Well then, lock those car doors because we're about to get spooky up in this business. That's right. I poured the coffee into the wrong cup. Why do I do this? Why am I alive? That was hot. Okay. Woo! Boo. That was really hot. Tanya says, my husband wants to do the Joker, and I'm not into Harley Quinn. Yeah, everybody does the Harley Quinn one. With the baseball bat. You could go as yourself. Or Butter Woman. Head up to one of those Dollar Generals. They've got these right now. They're probably going to be sold out though. But they got them in black, and you can be dark Butter Woman. They fit adult size, even though it says child. It says child. Buy 2, get 150% off. That's what it said. I was gonna get I wanted another paper skeleton just to tape up behind me, but I got a pumpkin. There he is. I wanted to show you guys Flash. He painted a pumpkin. He had Veda help him, so it's creepy. And I think I'm going to get a phone call, like, come and get this thing. Do not bring it to school. Because they're going to have, like, a pumpkin judging contest on Friday. And kids are allowed to bring in their painted pumpkins or carved pumpkins to judge them all through the week. And this pumpkin is creepy. So it wouldn't be tomorrow's video, but maybe the video after. I'll put up a picture. So that should be the Halloween video. And guys, today is my sister's birthday. She's 39. So everybody say happy birthday to Carolyn. Go ahead. Happy birthday, Carolyn. She loves her birthday. Who doesn't? Who doesn't like a good birthday? Come on now. Say, Lainey, what character from the Addams Family? George is going to, where are we at? Ah, George is going to dress up as Wednesday. Oh, that's lovely, George. Send me photos. Happy birthday, Carolyn! Yeah. I do hope she has a great day. I think she watches these sometimes, so. Happy birthday, Carolyn. It's one of them spooky, really close to Halloween babies. I remember being like, I was about 2, so I remember this. I remember going to the hospital, and they used to put little gowns on the kids, little hospital gowns before you like held the baby, and you'd have to wash your hands before you held the baby, and it was really fun. But I was confused because my parents kept saying it's going to be a boy, and it wasn't a boy. They were going to name him James, and it was a Carolyn, and so confusing. Like, what do you do? I'm like, what happened to the little baby boy? What is this? Oh, what did I miss? We added 2 members to the flock of desk ducks yesterday. We now have Ricky Charger Mopar, Wednesday Adams ? And I used to be a good Pugsley. Yeah, used to. Isn't that nice? Now you gotta change it up. Gotta be Wednesday now because of the damn carnivore diet. Did all those nice things to you, and I can't be Pugsley. Yes! Happy birthday to Carolyn. I might, maybe I can do that like a YouTube short and tag her. No, I can't tag her. I don't know what her handle is on YouTube. I will just tell her. Happy birthday. Maybe on the phone like a normal person would. No, I text it. I'm not normal. Doing my laundry. Maybe I can pause it. I hope it doesn't make anybody want to run to the loo. The water pouring out. Silence is violence, and I know what you guys are all here for. Spooky stories. So I do have a few. I do. But one of them is like one of the last tales in this book of people telling haunted stories of their county. And then I remembered that it was America's Folklore.net or .org. I found some tales to tell. And they were like, it's a countdown to Halloween. We have the scariest stories. And I'm like, I guess we'll click on that one. That'll be fun. It's rainy and dark outside. It's perfect weather for a spooky tale. Tanya said I was the original Wednesday. It wasn't much of a stretch. Yeah. Girl, you could pull it off easy because you are the original. And we got this strange YouTube land family talk here going on, which could be quite confusing to some that didn't attend Thomas's live yesterday and stayed for the couple of hours it was. I would have stayed on. I had to charge my phone. I'm always missing out. I'm like, I gotta charge my phone. Okay. Well, the washing machine was going off, and we're all here to read the last tale called The Shadow People. It looks like it says there's number 1, number 2, and number 4. So this really wasn't reread and edited after they printed it off and sold it on YouTube or Amazon. So yeah. Let's do this. That old log house, that's way back up in the Burt Virgin Road, has a lot of shadow people around it. I don't know how long the house has been there, but I know it's been there my whole life. We rode horses back around there and stopped at the creek just before dark, and you could see movement over by the house. It was almost like watching a dark void areas moving and walking, just like if it was an actual person, but not, like a shadowy person. Number 2. Do you remember those old apartments that used to be behind where the McDonald's is now? We were in my mom's apartment, and we saw a shadow person walk from the bathroom into the living room and then through the wall. That was the one and only time, but that was enough for me. Well, the washing machine's going like it's sort of even. It's shaky a little bit. Just a little bit. Number 4. John was metal detecting over somewhere around Auburntown and found a couple of old Civil War buttons. I found a button. I was metal detecting once, back behind, way back there, and I found a button. I didn't know if it was old Civil War button or not. It cleaned up real nice. I should look into it. I gave it to my father-in-law because he's interested in that stuff. Anyway, I found a button. Just so you know. Before they broke my metal detector. There's a fun way to make one with an old radio. He took them home and cleaned them up, and he started seeing shadow people around his house. Sometimes the radio or the TV would come on by itself, or just turn off by itself where they were actually watching it. I'd complain too. They would go to bed, and then it would sound like someone was walking around in the living room and in the kitchen. That was a cat, right? Yeah, the cat jumped. Just a little on edge today. They would go to bed, and then it would sound like someone was walking around in the living room and in the kitchen. They knew that it wasn't the case because they were the only ones in the house. It was so unnerving that his wife made him give the buttons away. I think he actually sold them, but once the buttons were out of there, so were the shadow people. A shadow person is a humanoid figure that is interpreted as the presence of a spirit. They are most often seen along the walls or the ceilings in a person's peripheral vision. Many report the shapes are exactly like a person's figure, while others report that some characteristics are exaggerated, like the length of the arms, necks, or legs. I used to see shadow people. I still see them sometimes. Yeah, that was it. It was a great thrill, really, reading all those scary stories. It's like I ate a frog last night or something. I don't know. Dr. Nelson is Uncle Fester. They're going to be seen together in public. It's going to be terrifying. Ooh, yep. They should just stand next to each other, maybe in makeup. Do the gear. Josephine, hello. Just cooked Breaking My Fast, inspired by Rick. Oh boy. Saying hi. We're talking about Hack Your Health. Is it still a cliffhanger? We don't know if Rick's actually going to be there. I hope he makes it. I hope he's going to be there. Bill Cook's making the bacon! Yeah! More coffee. It's a weird flavor combination. Some hot coffee mixed with mimosa flavored seltzer water. Oh yeah, he better start early, maybe a day early, if he's gonna ride his bike to Hack Your Health. Could happen. Thomas riveted because of that frog in my throat. I don't know if it's a frog, but like, it's taking my voice away. Oh no, I need that. Gots to talk. Okay, So I did go to the American Folklore website, and I've got a passage excerpted from a book called Spooky North Carolina. Is North Carolina just spooky? I think it looks pretty. I've seen photos. I used to follow some homestead people, and they all kind of moved to North Carolina because that was like the place to go. And it kind of looks like my backyard, honestly. It looks the same. But it's, you know, it's pretty. And then I went carnivore, and I was like, I can't garden that great anyway. So it's just like, I'll watch them. I like to watch them because, you know, you learn the process of how to butcher a chicken or a gigantic turkey and what you need for that. But it's like, I don't know, you know, interests change. So I'm more interested the fact that I can just eat meat and survive and not die is really awesome, and feel better while doing it is even awesomer. So I stopped following those people. I started following a lot of carnivores. Unlike my channel, you won't hear me say, I don't watch those carnivore channels anymore. I know everything. I know all. I am the knowing being. Why would I want to watch? Well, Bob, I found carnivore because it's inspiring. That's why you watch them. They're great to hear. They're people just like you and me that just decided, let's jump ship and just eat meat and see what happens. It's just 30 days, right? Right? 3 years later. Just 30 days. Just 30 days. Now I went over there to listen, you know, to my old, it's getting warm in here. Ugh. Okay. To my old morning show that I used to watch like all the time. And the excerpt that I got was, I don't care about the chat anymore. If you have a question, buy a super chat. If you want to tap attention. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I better go find something else to do. I've got nothing better to do. Rick, who was watching Milton? If he can open the fridge door, I think he'll be okay. Can he open the fridge door? That's kind of funny. Yes, Sandy, my headache is gone. It took 2 days for that thing to go away. And I thought, well, you know, it was so weird. It was like all this pressure in my head, like a weather pressure-y headache. And I'm like, well, I've got like the really good over-the-counter pseudoephedrine. So I took one of those thinking that'll help relieve pressure, right? No, well, maybe it did. But the headache, the pain was still there, and it was really bad. And so I went on an adventure with Veda, and we took Emmett and Rocky, and we went to go get like some extra pumpkins, because every time I buy pumpkins, the turkeys will jump the fence and then eat them all. They love pumpkin. Excuse me. Blech. No carb barb as a tradition. You thoughts? You gotta tell her to do it. She'll do it. She'd be a good one. All right. Well, anyway, back to the story. Veda was like, I've got Excedrin in my car, and I was like, you know, at this point, I'm gonna take one. And I did. And you know what? I feel better. And I haven't had problems yet today, so. And it's raining more today. I think what needed to happen was it just needed to rain, like, a lot to make me feel better. Good morning, Alan. Just woke up. California time. Oh, boy. What is that, like 5 a.m.? 5:30? Good morning, Rick. You rang. All right, so this story... Let me find it. I don't know if I told you what it was called. It's from a spooky book. It's called The Handshake. I love this. And this is American folklore, so maybe parts of it might be true, maybe all of it, maybe none of it. So, smells like bacon in here. Do you just like yell that sometimes? Like going into a store. Dang, it smells like bacon in here. I do anytime I walk by like the salt ham racks. I go, man, it smells like bacon in here. It smells good. All right. Polly was the sweetest, prettiest girl in Goldsboro. Yes, sir. All the local boys were chasing her, and quite a number of fellows from the surrounding countryside were too. All the girls were jealous of Polly because they didn't have no sweethearts to take them to local dances. They all wanted Polly to choose her man so things would go back to normal. But Polly was picky. None of the local boys suited her, and neither did the fellows of the back country. One day, George Dean came home from university, and Polly was smitten. Polly completely dropped all her other beaux when George came a-courtin', and it wasn't long before George proposed and Polly accepted. Polly started making preparations for the wedding and shopping for the items to fill her new home. George wasn't too interested in all the fripperies and wedding details. He left the woman folk to get on with it and start spending time down in the pool hall with some of his buddies. And that's where he met Helen, the owner's saucy daughter. Oh boy. She had bold black eyes and ruby red lips and a bad girl air that fascinated George. He spent more and more time at the pool hall and less time with Polly, who finally noticed, in spite of all the hustle and bustle. Of course, Polly was furious. She immediately confronted George with the story that he couldn't deny it. Suddenly, George had to toe the mark. His pool hall visits were over. He spent every free hour he wasn't at work by her side. That didn't sit well with George, but his family backed Polly up, so he went along with it. Going down here. I'll get to it. Wow, this is a long one, guys. Okay. The day of the wedding dawned clear and bright. The guests filled the sanctuary and the pastor and the best man waited patiently in the antechamber for the arrival of the groom. But George didn't come. Eventually, they went searching for the missing bridegroom and found out he'd left town with Helen an hour before the wedding. With dread, Polly's mother went to her daughter to tell what happened. Polly, all bright and shining and lovely in her long white dress and soft wetted veil, turned pale when her mother broke the news. Then she stiffened, grabbed her left arm, and a sudden pain ripped through it. She was dead from a massive heart attack long before she hit the floor. Polly must have been on all vegetarian diet. No, I'm just kidding. A few days later, Polly was buried in the churchyard, still wearing her white wedding dress and veil. The whole town came to the funeral and wept at the passing of such a beautiful young girl. George and Helene, who had spent the week happily honeymooning in the Outer Banks, arrived home at the very moment that the black-clad crowd exited the churchyard. Their arrival caused a commotion. The minister had to pull Polly's father off George before he killed him. And both George and Helene's family disowned the couple right then and there in the street in front of everyone. The couple fled the town in disgrace. Time passed, and eventually the scandal was forgotten, until the day George's father passed away. It was rumored that he would be buried in the local churchyard, just a few plots away from the girl who had almost become his daughter. Suddenly, the story of Polly's jilting was revived, and folks wondered aloud if George would dare attend his father's funeral. But George was too clever for them. He waited at an inn outside of town until dark, and then went to the churchyard to pray. To pay his last respects for his father. Dun 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 dun. As he unburdened himself at his father's graveside, George heard a sweet female voice calling his name. George, sweetheart. George looked up in a sudden hope. Was it his mother, come to forgive him? Then he saw rising up from a grassy mound under a spread oak tree a figure in a long white gown and a soft veil. Her eyes, her lips were yellow flames beneath the veil, and the rotted wedding dress glowed with the yellow light. It was Polly. George's body stiffened, shudders of fear coursing up and down his arms and legs. He put a shaking hand to his mouth and staggered backward. The other hand outstretched outward off the specter floating toward him. The spectral bride cackled with an angry laughter. Pretty much. I got it. And swooped forward until its hand was closed over George's outstretched one, and a terrible parody of a handshake. The grip of the spectral bride was so cold it burned the skin, and so hard that the bones crunched and squeezed. "Come along into the church, George," the glowing bride whispered. Through the veil, George could see maggots crawling in and out of Polly's flaming eye sockets. "No, Polly, no!" George screamed in terror, but he could not wrench his hand free. The ghost dragged him step by halting step toward the front door of the church. His hand was a red-hot agony of pain, though the rest of his body was shaking with cold. "No!" George gave a final cry of despair as he wrenched at his hand, and suddenly he was free. The spectral bride gave a roar of rage. Roar! As George ran pell-mell down the church lane and out into the street. "You're mine, George Dean! If not in this world, then in the next," the spectral bride howled after him. Do. By the time George reached his room, the fiery pain in his hand and arm was seeping through his entire body. He rang desperately for the housemaid and begged her to send for a doctor. Then he fell in the bed and stared at his hand, which was black and withered, as if it had been scorched long ago by fire. Black and red streaks were climbing up his arm so fast that he could almost see them move. George was unconscious when the doctor arrived, and the swelling had already extended into his chest and neck. There was nothing the physician could do. The injury was too severe and had spread too far. Within 2 days, George was dead, and Polly had gotten her man at last. Do. Oh. It ding. Oh man, that was a good one. I don't know if I'm a great storyteller. I might be okay at reading. Look, Dad, I can read. Okay. Need to go back one. I just hope she never gets grumpy. Who? Oh, me. Start smoking cigars. Let me click on these scary Halloween tales. Maybe we'll pick another one. I already read that one. We didn't read the Black Magic one. There's a Bloody Mary. There's one about a burnt church. Don't turn on the light. I already read Hatchet Man. That wasn't really fun. There's a no trespassing one. Pray for your soul. Oh, here's a nice one. Here's a picture of a boar, and it says raw head and bloody bones. Kind of learned a little bit about the bloody bones thing. It was for kids to take their shoes off before they walked in the house. But if you walked in the house with your shoes on, bloody bones might come and get you. Kind of like a boogeyman. I was like, what is this? Aaron, like the red hair, or is it light? I don't know what's going on with my hair. Maybe it's just turning white with fear. I did wash it, though. It's just fluffy. Although I was born a strawberry blonde and turned dark brown. Let me see if I can... Charging the computer, but it's cute. I am so glad Polly got her man. I was worried. Yeah, me too. I was kind of sad that she had a massive heart attack, you know? And it's nice that they get to live happily ever after. thought it was like, maybe it is. I do have like some little strains of white somewhere. I've seen them. They pop up every once in a while. I used to have like this big like stripe in the back of just white hair. And I don't know if it's still, I have to ask Veda. Sometimes she'll be like, it's there, but it's smaller now. And I'm like, yeah, is my hair falling out? Or is it just going back to not gray? Hey, you asked a question. You got an answer. You didn't have to make it super. Look at that. Look at that. It's amazing. I could go back just a little bit and then read another one. Bacon. I need to go to Sam's. I gotta buy bacon. I am out, but I don't really need to worry about that for the next few days. Polly was a sad dieter. Yeah, she got extremely angry, didn't she? Because she didn't make it. And Donna's here. Hello, Donna. She's got to run. Wow, this is rolling. Oh, that's me. I moved it back onto this, and it's like the chat is like rolling around. Death or ever after. Yeah, Thomas said his hair is still clear. You sure about that? Yeah, I think I just washed all the grease and grime out of my hair and it just fluffed out. I like to use 3-in-1 men hair wash. I think it's like White Rain or whatever. It's like, it's a Dollar Tree, man. It's dollar stuff. And it just like, I like how fluffy it makes my hair. That's the only reason I use it. It smells nice too. Lisa bought a whole pork belly. You like it better than bacon. Cook it with smoked salt. Ooh. I do like pork belly. It is good. Last night, I made them the chicken thighs, and a lot of the kids don't like the skin, and a bunch do. So, like, I pulled off some skin. I ate skin. I love skin. I love it. Crispy chicken skins. Armadillo. I also had a T-bone. Does that smell nice to me? Good. But I haven't had pork belly in a minute. Last time I did that, it was the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs challenge. I was like, I think we need to call the carnivore police because it's sort of still bacon because it is the belly. Pork shoulder went on sale. It's cheap. Yes, it's a great deal. And how much meat you get? It's so much. When I buy it, my daughter Loretta is always so happy because she was like, yes, pulled pork. And I was like, yeah, make you guys pulled pork nachos. They love it. I have to buy the Siete chips, and I'm glad I have a Costco membership for that because they're usually way cheaper and you get huge bags for them. I think they're made out of cassava melon or something. I buy that instead because it's just easy. Back a little bit. It's like Donna Ray was here. I don't know if they said hi or not. Erin, can you audition for Pugsley and Wednesday from your household? Do the complete. Yeah. I could be Pugsley. Maybe we could get Flash to do Pugsley. I couldn't be. I'm not a Wednesday. Scarlett could do Wednesday. It would be funny, but I think them both do it. I've got to get a striped shirt for Flash. You'd be like, I'm not going to jail. It sounds like a Hallmark story. Yeah, I was like, what's going on? Oh, thank you for the super chat, Jerry. Oh no, I missed your question. I'll answer your question. Joke. Okay, you're at your doctor's appointment. I hope all goes well. Really. I've been missing your shows. Have you had any lately, Jerry? I missed one of your lives. You did like a 20-minute. Totally missed it. I go, oh man, I missed it. Nothing beeps anymore or goes off. Even though I have my notifications on of you guys that do shows, none of them go on or go off until like after. And I'm just like, well, that's lame. I'm missing everything. There's a Sam's Club sale? Is the bacon on sale? It's a big one. I gotta check that out. She kicked 4 pounds yesterday. I love making a ton of extra bacon, throwing it in the fridge, and it having like the fat like kind of congeal in the back. So when you grab a bacon, it's like crispy, but then it's got the fat on the back. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I'm gonna talk all about food today because I'm fasting. I love it. I went out and I got some more of these Cafe Bustelo. If I really, really enjoy this, I'm gonna get like the big jar. It's like $10. But as an instant coffee, the flavor is phenomenal because usually instant coffees taste nasty. I don't like them, but this one tastes good. And my husband left last night to go get to Walmart to get paint for their pumpkins, and I was like, I forgot this. Can you please pick it up? My dandelion tea. He remembered. So awesome. Got a lot of different tea. Yeah, I'm gonna use the water too fast with tea and coffee and fizzy water. I can do that and it's fine because I get super thirsty when I fast and I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe I'll look that up one of these days. Dr. Google Pants, tell me my problems and give me solutions, semi-solutions. So when I talk to the doctor, they look at me like I'm crazy. Okay. Going down. You okay there, Bill? It says, ouch, I popped my egg. Don't get grumpy, Aaron. I wonder if there's just red in my hair. It could be the light. I bought the wrong light in this kitchen. It's a little yellow. I think Rocky would make a good Wednesday, but she's too young. So maybe a Sunday or a Monday. Yeah, maybe. That's a good one. I like it. Making eggs. Yep. Tyrick loves some bacon and pork belly. Ooh, pork belly is so good, though. It is. I was scared to make it the first time. I'd ask everybody how to do it. Saw that super chat. Terry's funny. She's great. Go check out her channel. What do they have it listed as now? It was in the middle of the forest, but I think it has it popping up with something different. I need more coffee. Bacon won't hurt you unless it's all you eat and you need to gain weight. Usual disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor either. Obviously. I like reading stories. Okay. Does it show up? There's our hog. Is it a boar? Well, hopefully this isn't boring. It might be scary and horrible, and I have no idea where this story came from either. Because usually it tells you what book they exerted it from or whatever. Videos walking outside. I see some red in your hair. It's pretty. Okay. Well, maybe I do have some. Probably. It's probably why Veda has red hair. My dad has red hair. Now, it doesn't tell where this is from, but I see the word Ozarks. So this might be like an old tale from the Ozarks, which is a mountain range. Oh, that's good. You know, it's like really hot coffee and it burns your throat. You miss Jerry's voice just saying, yeah. Oh, man. Jerry needs to get on here and start reading us stories. I would listen for hours. Don't forget to private message me your address because I wanted to send you that keto brick. Oh, and you got to tell us what that is, Julie, the keto brick. I've heard about them. Are they horrible, awful? I don't even know. I'm scared to know because it says keto brick. So I just imagine opening some package and it being like this really hard thing and you could like drop it and it breaks into pieces. And it's like, well, that's my meal plan for the week. Okay. What is this story? Did I even say what this story was on this one? I just clicked on it because there was a pig. Rawhead and bloody buns. Okay. Rawhead and Bloody Bones. So this is retold by Etsy Slosher, so it must be that one book that she wrote, or this actually might be her website, and she just puts the stories there, which is really cool. I like that. Aaron, I don't know. Jerry does. Oh, okay. About the keto brick. Okay. I don't want to know. I just want to imagine like it's some kind of like hard thing that you drop and it busts into pieces and it looks like something non-edible. That's what I believe that is. And I will just pretend that's what a keto brick is. I have my first keto brick. It's okay. Expensive. $16 a brick. Oh. Well, I'd rather buy like a really fat chunk of meat for 16 bucks. Or like a big tube. Well, that won't even get you a big tube anymore of ground beef. I was looking at that in the regular stores and I was like, holy crap, how are people living? Nobody's living. This is bad. Donna said she used to eat a lot of, what are they, the keto bricks, peanut butter cup bricks in my pantry. I've gotten to eat real food now. They went really fast. You take them on road trips. Oh, okay. Yeah. So they're like something that stays in your gut like a brick to keep you full. Okay, expensive. They're very expensive. Won't be buying them anymore now because eggs do the same thing. They fill you up. Oh, Aaron. Shh. Okay. Way back in the deep woods, there lived a scrawny old woman who had a reputation for being the best conjuring woman in the Ozarks. Okay. With her bedraggled black and gray hair, funny eyes, one yellow and one green, and her crooked nose, Old Betty was not a pretty picture, but she was the best there was in fixing what ailed a man. And that's all that counted. Old Betty's house was full of herbs and roots and bottles filled with conjuring medicine. The walls were lined with strange books brimming with magical spells. What if they were just regular books and nobody really knew how to read? Okay, I'm stopping. Old Betty was the only one living in the hollow who knew how to read. Her granny, who was also a conjurer, had taught her the skill as part of her magical training. I'm gonna cry. What? Whew. Don't judge. Just about the only friend old Betty had was a tough, mean, ugly old razorback hog that ran wild around her place. It rooted so much in her kitchen garbage that all the leftover spells started affecting it. Some folks swore up and down that old razorback hog sometimes walked upright like a man. One fellow claimed he'd seen the pigs sitting in the rocker in old Betty's porch, chattering away with her, while she stewed up some potions in the kitchen. But everyone discounted that story on the account of the fellow who told it was a little too fond of the moonshine. Caffè Bustelo. Rawhead was the name old Betty gave the razorback, referring maybe to the way the ugly creature looked, a bit like some of the dead pigs come butchering time down the Hoogsteden Hollow. I bet you it's still called Hoogsteden. The razorback didn't mind the funny name. Rawhead kept following old Betty around her little cabin and rooting up the kitchen leftovers. He'd even walk to town with her when she came to the local mercantile to sell her home remedies. Well, folks in town got so used to seeing Rawhead and old Betty around the town that it looked mighty strange one day around hog driving time when old Betty came to the mercantile without him. Okay. That's me moving the page. Well, folks in town were used to seeing Rawhead and old Betty around town, and that looked mighty strange. One day around hog driving time, when old Betty came to the mercantile without him, "Where's Rawhead?" the owner asked as he accepted her basket full of home remedies and potions. The liquid in the bottle swished in an agitated manner as Old Betty said, "I ain't seen him around today, and I'm mighty worried. You seen him here in town?" "Nobody's seen him around today. They would have told me if they did," said the mercantile owner. "Well, we'll keep an eye out for you. That's mighty kind of you. If you see him, tell him to come home straight away," Old Betty said. The mercantile owner nodded in agreement as he handed over her weekly pay. Old Betty fussed. Oh my gosh, I lost my place. Where is it? Old Betty fussed to herself all the way home. It wasn't like Rawhead to disappear, especially not the day they went to town. The old man at the mercantile always saved the best scraps for the mean old razorback, and Rawhead never missed a visit. And when the old conjuring woman got home, she mixed up a potion and poured it into a flat plate. Oh no. Dead air. Great. Where's that old hog got to?" she asked the liquid, and it clouded over, and a series of pictures formed. First, Old Betty saw the good-for-nothing hunter that lived next on the ridge sneaking around in the forest, rounding up razorback hogs and that didn't belong to him. One of the hogs was Rawhead. Then she saw him taking the hogs down to Hoogsteden Hollow, where the folks from the next town were slaughtering their razorbacks. Then she saw her hog, Rawhead, slaughtered with the rest of the pigs and hung up for the gutting. Oh. The final picture in the liquid was a pile of bloody bones that had been her hog, and his scraped clean head lying with the other hog heads in a pile. Oh, that's sad. Well, Old Betty was infuriated by the death of her only friend. It was murder to her, plain and simple. Everyone in 3 counties knew that Rawhead was her friend, and that lazy, hog-stealing, good-for-nothing hunter on the ridge was going to pay for slaughtering him. Now, Old Betty tried to practice white conjuring most of the time, but she knew the dark secrets too. She pulled out an old secret book her granny had given her and turned to the very last page. She lit several candles and put them around the plate containing the liquid picture of Rawhead and his bloody bones. She began to chant, "Rawhead and bloody bones, Rawhead and bloody bones." The light from the windows disappeared as if the sun had been snuffed out like a candle. Dark clouds billowed into the clearing where Old Betty's cabin stood, and the howl of dark spirits could be heard in the wind that pummeled the treetops. I hate when I do that. Press it. I missed my spot, and I was getting really into it. Dang it. Uh-oh. It went up instead of down. Dang it. We'll get to it. Pretend a commercial's playing. Betty continued to chant until a bolt of silver lightning left the plate and streaked out through the window, heading in the direction of Hoogsteden Hollow. When the silver light struck Rawhead's severed head, which was piled in the hunter's wagon with the other hog heads, it tumbled to the ground and rolled until it was touching the bloody bones that inhabited its body. As the hunter's wagon rumbled away toward the ridge where he lived, the enchanted Rawhead called out, "Bloody bones! Get up and dance." Immediately, should have reread this and had some music playing. Immediately, the bloody bones reassembled themselves into a skeleton of a razorback hog walking upright, as Rawhead had often done when he was alone with Old Betty. The head hopped on the top of the skeleton, and Rawhead went searching through the woods for weapons to use against the hunter. He borrowed the sharp teeth of the dying panther, the claws of a long-dead bear, and the tail of a rotting raccoon. Sounds fun, actually. and put them over his skinned head and bloody bones. Rawhead headed up the track toward the ridge, looking for the hunter who had slaughtered him. Rawhead slipped past the thief on the road and slid into the barn where the hunter kept his horse and wagon. Rawhead climbed up onto the loft and waited for the hunter to come home. It was dusk when the hunter drove into the barn and unhitched his horse. The horse snorted in fear, sensing the presence of Rawhead in the loft. Wondering what was disturbing his usually calm horse, the hunter looked around and saw a large pair of eyes staring down at him from the darkness in the loft. The hunter frowned, thinking it was one of the local kids fooling around in his barn. "Land of Goshen, what have you got those big eyes for?" he snapped, thinking the kids were trying to scare him with some crazy mask. "To see your grave," Rawhide rumbled very softly. The hunter snorted irritably and put his horse into the stall. "Very funny, ha ha ha," the hunter said. When he came out of the stall, he saw Rawhead had crept forward a bit further. Now his luminous yellow eyes and his bear claws could clearly be seen. "Land of Goshen, what you got them big claws for?" he snapped. "You look ridiculous." "To dig your grave," Rawhead intoned softly. His voice deep rumble that raised the hairs on the back of the hunter's neck. He stirred uneasily, for not sure how crazy the kid in his loft could have made such a scary sound, if it was really a crazy kid. Feeling a little spooked, he hurried to the door to let himself out of the barn. Rawhead slipped out of the loft and climbed down to the side of the barn behind him. With a nary a rustle to reveal his presence, Rawhead raced through the trees and up the path to the large moonlight rock. He hid in the shadow of a huge stone so that the only things showing were his gleaming yellow eyes, his bear claws, and his raccoon tail. When the hunter came level with the rock on the side of the path, he gave a startled yelp. Staring at Rawhead, he gasped, "You nearly knocked the heart right out of me, you crazy kid. Land of Goshen, what have you got that crazy tail for?" "To sweep your grave," Rawhead boomed, his enchanted voice echoing through the woods, getting louder and louder with each echo. The hunter took his heels and ran for his cabin. He raced past the old well, past the old woodpile, over the rotted fence of his yard. But Rawhead was faster. When the hunter reached his porch, Rawhead leapt from the shadows and loomed above him. The hunter stared in terror up at Rawhead's gleaming yellow eyes and his ugly razorback hog's head, his bloody bone skeleton with its long bear claws, sweeping raccoon's tail, and his gleaming sharp panther teeth. "Land of Goshen, what have you got those big teeth for?" he gasped desperately, stumbling backwards from the terrible figure before him. "To eat you up, like you wanted to eat me," Rawhead roared, descending upon the good-for-nothing hunter. The murdering thief gave one long scream in the moonlight, and then there was silence and the sound of crunching. Did you get a pork rind? Oh no, we're fasting. Nothing more was ever heard of the lazy hunter who lived up on the ridge. His horse disappeared that night, but sometimes folks would see Rawhead roaming through the forest in the company of his friend Old Betty. And once a month, on the night of the full moon, Rawhead would ride the hunter's horse through the town, wearing the old man's blue overalls over his bloody bones, with a hole cut out for his raccoon tail. In his bloody bear-clawed hands, he carried his raw razorback hog's head, lifting it high against the full moon for everyone to see. Dun, dun, dun. Popped out to subscribe. Risa, I thought I had. Oops, what happened? Oh, okay. So let's go. Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Children, we almost hit the hour. Just kidding. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. So many fun tales. I was like, this is starting to sound like Little Red Riding Hood. That's good. I wonder if he still rides, you know? Gotta go to the Ozarks to find out. There's one called The Barn Dance, which we might read in a little bit. Witches and Pigs, good story. Yeah, it was a good story. Delightful. Great story, clapping. Hello, Jeff. So Big Bad Wolf in Sleepy Hollow. Yeah. Still riding every full moon, right? Oh, hello, Risa. Show up too. Just in time for a good old tale. Definitely. I can kind of move the chat back a little bit because I missed some of it. Boop, 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 boop. I can send you one, Aaron. PM your address. Oh, what would I do with it? What would I do with it, Jerry? Use it as a doorstop? Keto brick. I don't have your email. Does Jerry have her email on her channel? I need to email Jerry. Yeah, I think Flash would make a great Pugsley too. Scarlett wouldn't do it. She'd be like, no. And she got her hair cut. I don't think I can I can breed it. We're gonna bribe the carnivore police with donuts. That's a good idea. You make extra bacon, but you end up eating it all, said retired Rick. And you know, yeah, I can see that happening too, especially in the afternoon when you're super hungry and you open the fridge and it's already there. It'll be gone. I probably went up a little too far. Regular appointment, yearly physical, no drama mama here. That's good. I have skipped my yearly physical for the past, how old's Flash? 8 years? But I've still went to my OBs. Did that part. Maybe freshen up my coffee. Jerry knows Keto Brick. Like the company? Carnivore beef tallow, kind of Swedish. Oh, yeah. Can't do it if it's sweet. Nope, no thanks. If it has like a sweet taste to it, even if, you know, it has something in it like aloes or whatever, I don't think I could do that. I think I was already around this chat. Yeah, Aaron, me too. Rather have beef. Yikes, the ribeyes up in price. Yeah. I made Veda and Isaac yesterday because they don't like chicken with bones in it. I made them the chuck eye, or not chuck eye, but just chuck steaks. And they were shaped like ribeye, and they looked like ribeye, and they looked really good actually. And she was like, it was so good. And I was like, yeah, they're like the best. Trust me. And for the price, it's so yummy. Let's see. Donna Ray said they are shaped like a brick and have 1,000 calories, mostly fat. I like them, but not real food and too expensive. Okay, yeah, I get that. Yeah, I couldn't eat one of those. I'd probably be hungry like 30 minutes later. Like, oh man. Okay, Cafe Bustelo kicking in, yeah. Okay, I'm not reading that one. Julie said she likes the Chomps beef sticks, but they're expensive. Yeah, they are. They're like 16 bucks. For what? But they're really clean, you know, if you're like in a desperate situation. For some clean jerky. Oh, got a kitty. Who's here? Oh, it's Seamus! Okay. Yikes, scary story of old Betty. Yep. George, no, raw eggs, question mark, question mark. I bet they're good. Okay? It's gonna tell us. I'm sure of it. Not much difference, really. You brine the whites, and the yolks were pretty much the same. See? They weren't that terrible. So you just, like, over-salt the egg or something? Is that what that's about? Everybody's saying hi to Juliet, because cool kids are in town now. Risa says they're going to record an autumn video. They recorded an autumn video yesterday. It'll be out next week, hopefully. All right. Be on the lookout. Oh, thank you for that 0.0025 of a cent, Bill. Love it. That's almost a penny. Well, that's almost a whole farthing. Yeah, Jeff says good morning. And Lisa says, I still haven't made true roasted corn guacamole for my kids yet, but next dinner we'll be making Mexican for them. Risa, I'll let you know how they like it. Looks like we're on the rinse cycle. Or sounds like it. So you found Risa's channel. That's good. That's good. That's where you subscribed. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, now we're talking about the big bad wolf. And that little Red Riding Hood. Do not. My mom would always be like, I love this story. Little Red Riding Hood, bring your grandma wine and cheese. Perfect. With respect to Mitch, I really don't think he would like you chipping in. Maybe email him first. Oi, what happened there? Did I miss something? $16 for a keto brick? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Alright. I think we're all... Maybe I'm caught up. I don't know. But I did find one called The Barn Dance. Retold again by the Slosher chick. I'm really salting up my coffee this morning. Yesterday, with the headache, I was a little worried. I was like, maybe magnesium deficient or something, because I did get lightheaded and then I had a cramp. And I could have just been thirsty too. I've been drinking enough water. So I thought maybe I'd back off on it a little bit. But usually what cures me is a lot of salt. So I took some of those keto chow pills that have the magnesium and the potassium and regular salt in it. And then I just kind of added more. Because before I take pills, usually when I have a headache, I will definitely salt up. I have to make more coffee. Alright. Keto bricks are less for buying more. I used to get them for $6 each. You can come to my live, George, and talk about that, says Juliet. Oh, nice. Sandy says, Donna Ray, you agree. I didn't watch. I watch, but I don't comment. Yeah, me too. I'll watch a little bit of it, and then if I disagree, man. When you're just like, okay, so here's my thing. If you're going to ask a question, you got to buy a super chat, just like all the big guys. And I'm like, that's cool, I guess. Did he get rid of Peter? He still has Peter as a moderator. Because he said something like that, and I was like, well, I guess that's... Oh, this is good. A Wisconsin ghost story. There we are. This is from a book called Spooky Wisconsin. I wonder if she has like a whole bunch. S.E. Slosher. SCHLOSSER. I think I almost bought a folktale book from her, but it'd be cool if she took all of them and made like a huge book. Just American folklore. I wonder if she has one of those. After listening to Paul on Thomas yesterday, I wonder if our lightheaded episodes could be diabetes since we had gestational diabetes. Oh. Kicking in. Well, oh man, I don't know. Do we move too much, maybe? Work too hard? I don't know. Do I go see my doctor and be like, look, this is what I've been doing for 3 years. Check all my blood. Find out what's wrong with me. George, I would find that interesting as a chef. Hee, what is going on? What am I missing? Everything. All right. A Wisconsin ghost story. Something Jerry should be reading to us. But she has to work or go to the doctor. All the things. Gotta make sure I'm still alive once a year. That's right. As I drove down the seemingly endless dark road, I cursed my friends. A quaint little bar in the middle of nowhere, they said. Well, they got that right. There was not one blessed sign of civilization anywhere to be seen. Just then I caught a glimpse of a lighted barn down the road. Civilization at last! I slowed down and pulled up to the round barn. My headlights caught a number of wagons, carriages, and buggies parked beside it. They were having an old-time barn dance, I thought as I pulled in and made my way to the door. The party was in full swing as I stepped through the large double doors. The center of the barn was filled with swirling dancers dressed in costumes of yesteryear. These folks had gone to a great deal of trouble to recreate an authentic barn dance. That's nice. A large bearded chap clapped me on the shoulder and greeted and handed me a mug of beer. I took a sip and then I gulped it down eagerly. It was the best beer I've ever tasted. Then the dark-eyed beauty grabbed me by the hand and pulled me out to dance on the floor. I was flying high, dancing and drinking and singing along. Dun, dun, dun. It's obviously scary, guys. Hold on for the stitch. Around midnight, the band took a break and I stood with my new acquaintances before a table lined with drinks. Give us a toast to the night, giggled my inebriated beauty. To a delightful night, I said loudly. Good fortune and long life to everyone present. The crowd went silent when they heard my words. The stillness grew, flowing outward like a wave, until you could have heard a pin drop. As I glanced uneasily about me, I saw the skin slowly peeling away from many of the faces, until all that remained were bone-rotting skin and staring eye sockets. The girl in my arms was nothing but a skeleton in a moldy blue dress. With a gasp of horror, I dropped my mug and leapt away from the skeleton. The mug hit the floor with a loud bang. That's my bang. And the lights went out. I screamed in terror and stumbled backwards, slamming into a damp, foul-smelling pile of hay. I frantically tried to find my way to the door. My eyes adjusted to the darkness. I spotted the barn doors across the hall. I rushed toward them. Withered and bony hands grabbed at me as I ran. Then I was out in the moonlight and racing to my car. I leapt into the car and backed down the lane as fast as I could go. My headlights caught the dilapidated barn with half of its roof missing and walls sagging inward. I slammed the car into gear and drove as fast as I could. But I hit down, not up. Whoopsie. That's my fault for hitting tab. Hold on, guys. I'll get there. Oh, is that it? Wait a minute, what? What has happened? Yeah, I slammed my car into gear and drove as fast as I could. Somehow, I found my way back to my home and spent the remainder of that restless night sleeping with my light on in my bedroom. To this day, I have no idea where I was. I heard later that folks in Vernon County sometimes hear strange music drifting over the hills at night. Though no one can identify its source in my mind, I can see that the bright, happy faces of the ghostly farmers dancing the night away in that old, rotted barn. Now, what I'm wondering is what the dude was drinking. Because what was that? It shouldn't have been beer. Although he said he was inebriated. Maybe it was. Special magical beer. I don't understand why people are interested in blood work when most don't believe in medicine or the pharmaceutical industry. Yeah, and they're always complaining about it, right? I'm just wondering, kind of wondering, because of my stupid feigning episodes sometimes, and other times I feel really good. And I was wondering, you know, it was really bad pressury headache. It could have been something with that. George says there's a very important health conference next Tuesday. Certificate and business cards, a necessity. Before and after photos on the back. Lifestyle coach on the front. Nice. Nice. Spread that news. This looks scary. It's called The Face. We did the handshake. The hook. Everybody knows the hook. Hey, Boobie Goaters haven't been around much. What was the word on Peter's date? Good morning, Gary. What's up? It was not a love match. Straight from Peter last night. That's what he typed. They could be friends if they wanted, though. Everybody say hi to Gary. Bring him in. Came in. Let's go. We all know the hook. Let's do it. Let's do the hook. That's the last one. That'll be the last story for today, Boobie Goaters. Because look. Oh! Is the sun coming out? Maybe? It's been raining, so. Yay, the sun came out. If you accidentally drive through water and you stall out, do not try to restart. That's great advice, Bill. Turn around, don't drown. That's right. You got that, Juliet. I know you meant drown. Don't worry. We got it. Lifestyle coach is vague enough not to... Oh, yeah, not to piss off the medical industry. Wee. All right, this is excerpt from Spooky Campfire Tales. It'll be the last tale, and then I'll go through some of these chats, and then I'm probably going to call it for today. And the cat is in a box. Seamus, just get inside the box. What happened? Maybe I should go back a little bit before I start another tab. What did I miss? What did I miss? See? Is R up? What is that? This is not my computer. It's so weird. Oh, after Aaron, you have to take a 2-hour power nap. Well, I hope you can go to sleep and take that power nap. Let's see. Peter was chatting about his car getting flooded this morning. Oh no. Don't drive through water, that's right. You chatted about Peter's car, but a viewer called you out, so you had to stop? What? Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you can't go there to learn, or to hang out, or to figure out what's going on with people. That's awful. Okay, I think I've got it. Basically, so that's what happened. 32 years in commercial auto, and that's my only advice. Yeah, that and don't have young boys because the insurance is expensive. Oh, I don't, oh my gosh. Isaac, He's going to be 16. I might teach him how to drive when he's 18. You know? It's not bad. That also ties in nicely with my army buddy who is starting out as a menopause coach. She's 59, same age. Okay, good. Most of us can chat, listen, and care about each other all at the same time. Yeah, it's weird. Obviously, you can't chew gum and walk or rub your belly or something in certain channels. It's kind of weird. It's kind of trying to be possessive over people. I don't like that feeling. I don't like being in feelings like that, so I will leave. And I did. And then I was like, what am I going to do now? I guess I could catch up on some YouTube until it's my turn to go live. Yeah, that does sound like a really good health fair. As Russ was explaining, what is that? The one that they're going to do in Florida with everybody? And it's more like a lot of booths and maybe more medical. I don't know. But it seems that the one that they're going to do in Louisville, I'm going to be on the eye for that one and the tickets. What is that? The keto one? Because a lot of people go there. Okay. Donna Ray, I can multitask too. Good for you, Julie. I hope we all can. And you don't need to chew gum. It's not good for you. Everybody's like, chew the ones with the xylitol. Have you seen what's in it? Don't do it. You can chew on fat. There's certain kinds of beef fat that's like really chewy. Can't get to it. I've heard this one a bazillion times, and it has to be told every Halloween, or around a campfire. Here we go. Excerpted from a place called Spooky Campfire Tales, which are kind of fun to read too, but alright. The reports had been on the radio all day, though she hadn't paid much attention to them. Some crazy man had escaped from the estate's asylum, where they were calling him the Hook Man, since he had lost his right arm and had replaced it with a hook. He was a killer, and everyone in the region was warned to keep a watch and report anything suspicious. But that didn't interest her. She was more worried about what to wear on her date. After several consultations with calls with friends, she chose a blue outfit and the very latest style, and was ready and waiting on the porch when her boyfriend came to pick her up in his car. They went to the drive-in movie with another couple, then dropped them off and went parking in the local Lover's Lane. The blue outfit was a hit. She cuddled close to her boyfriend as they smooched to the sound of romantic music on the radio. Then the announcer came on, and repeating the warning she had heard that afternoon. An insane killer with a hook in place of his right hand was loose in the area. Suddenly, the dark moonlight night didn't seem so romantic to her. Yeah, that really kills it, doesn't it? The Lover's Lane was secluded off the beaten track. A perfect spot for a damaged, deranged man to lurk. She thought pushing her boyfriend away. Maybe we should get out of here, she said. That Hook Man sounds dangerous. Oh, come on, baby. It's nothing, said her boyfriend, trying to get another kiss. And she pushed him away again. No, really. We're all alone out here, and I'm scared. They argued a moment, and then the car shook a bit, as if something or someone had touched it. She gave a shriek and said, "Get us out of here now!" "Jeez," said her boyfriend in disgust. But he turned the key on and went roaring out of the Lover's Lane with screeching his tires. They drove home in stony silence, and when they pulled into her driveway, he refused to help her out of the car. Girl, you need to drop that boy. He was being so unreasonable, she fumed to herself. She opened the door indignantly and stepped into the driveway. With her chin up and her lips set, rolling around, she slammed that door as hard as she could. and then she screamed. Her boyfriend leapt out of the car and caught her in his arms. What? What is it? What's wrong? He shouted, and then he saw it. A bloody hook hung from the handle of the passenger side door. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. The hook. I mess up my son's algorithm by clicking on my channel on his YouTube. He's like, now I'm getting all your videos. Just stop. And I'm like, please, because my computer broke. Okay. Let's see. Thomas said he just finished the thumbnail and posted it for his upcoming interview with Dr. Nelson. Is that on Saturday, Thomas? What day? I know it's like you're doing Tuesday, Saturday? Maybe that's what it is. Carnivore Community Roundup. I like it. Maybe a weekly, like the BBC points of view are here. I need a hashtag for Dr. Nelson. You're welcome. Hashtag Lurch. That's wrong. Hashtag Fedster. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Although he jokingly goes with it, but I messed that one up. Yeah. Lover's Lane. Somebody hates paperwork. Ah, great. I can't chew gum and I walk. I'm glad it's not required. Yeah, it's not required here. It's okay. Last time I watched GH, Sonny had lost his memory. What am I missing? I don't know. I mean, I'll pay for a subscription, not fund the whole thing. L-O freaking L. Talk Soup was a daily show that highlighted what happened on all the day's talk shows, and it was on E-television way back when we watched TV. Yeah, I remember that, Talk Soup. I remember that. No car talk, I guess. I need a rule book. Mitch didn't care, but now viewers are doing the calling out instead of X out of the chat. Yeah. That's weird. That's so weird. That's so childish. Is that childish? I feel like that's childish and silly. Silly childish things going on there. Not for me. As he doesn't like anyone answering or helping with questions, and he doesn't like questions anymore with QQQ. You have to buy the super chat. Don't forget that, kids. I don't think he would like you chirping in. Maybe email him first. Oh, on his YouTube site. Oh, that's something I already read, probably. Now, are we moving? Are we moving? We're moving. Get through this chat. There is a keto brick that's carnivore, and it's awesome, but it lasts a few days when traveling. Oh, okay. I still think I'd use it as a doorstop, or I feel like it maybe to stay like brick shape in your stomach. I don't know. Wisconsin is really spooky. That was a good tale, though, wasn't it? Yeah. Terri will tell us all about it. She drives those back roads. She's seen some crazy stuff. All right. Thinks we haven't done any research or can't figure stuff out on our own. He knows it all and we know nothing. If we're not 100% addicted, we shouldn't be 100% carnivore. Agreed, Donna. It's like he doesn't know that he's talking to a group of people that know they're addicted to carbs. We're just all here because we like community. That's probably what the reason is, because I like community. I like you guys around. Oh, man. I I don't think I'd be back with Mitch every day. Time is hopelessly short as it is. It is, isn't it? It's sadly a realization how fast time can be, how short it is, how time is irrelevant. Because, all right, let's see. Have fun, Rick. Hope you get some good deals. Yeah. Should get off YouTube and go fishing. Yes, Bill, go fishing. Is it raining where you are? I think you said it was. You get some good fish in the rain. That's when they're out. They come out. Let's see. Sandy, me too sometimes, but no comment. And subject isn't always interesting. Not today, though. I want to go fishing. I love fishing. Okay. It's almost free food. Yeah, almost. Really close. It's kind of sad that you have to get like licenses for it. The kids here, I think if you're under 11, you can fish for free, so I can help the kids. And Tanya left. She's got to go make that goulash. Thank you, Erin. Bye, Goaters. You're welcome, Tanya, and have a great day. Bye, Tanya. Peter was chatting all morning about his car. So I've already been up that far. I'm trying to... Okay, George's got to get his sleep. And I hear light thumping of feet, pitter-patting of little children waking up. So, guess I can sort of make it through this just a little bit quicker. Maybe. It's not my computer. Oh, man, I don't even know what to do about my computer. No suggestions here. The cat was in the box. I need to go. I went a little too far up when I was going through the chat. That's okay. It's okay. Do it together. I'm actually really proud of myself for starting the laundry. I've got to remember to put the dryer back, turn it back on. After I'm done with this. And there are dishes. I've got to do some dishes. Going back through. It's November 4th at 4 p.m. But Saturday is terrific, Terry. Oh, that's good. She's a great interview. Okay. The hashtag for Dr. Nelson, I said the wrong thing. Of course, because it's there's not enough coffee for me to say the right thing, ever. Alrighty. I love being with the community, seeing my husband is the only carnivore. I know around me everyone else thinks I'm weird. Well, I'm weird, but not because of what I eat. There you go. It's personality. It shines through. It's a nice personality to be weird. It gives you more, maybe more of a substance as a human being to be a little different from everyone else. It really does. And it's better because you're you and I'm me. And we're all different. Gary, Duck Soup was a fantastic Marx Brothers film. Yes, it is. It's very good. It's very good. I love the Marx Brothers. They're great. We're watching it for George. I've never had a keto brick or a carnivore bar. Doesn't sound like something I would like. Yeah, aside from the cost. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Duck Soup. Yes. Now we're all going to go watch it. They had it on Tubi, which is an app that gives you free movies and shows. And they have a lot of like Scooby-Doo right now. And I was like, that's what we're watching. All right, everybody. I'm out of coffee. I'm going to have to go make some more. I just feel like it's a, coffee pot kind of day. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. We read some really scary stories. The hog one scares me. They were good, though, okay? They were pretty good today. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will be back tomorrow and Friday. I don't think I'll do a Saturday afternoon live because I'm doing them through the week. And I'll be back again maybe Monday. We'll see. We'll see how that goes, okay? So I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, and thank you for hanging out. Let's do that. Let's do that. Bye, everybody. Beep, boop, ba-doop.